Hey Sam, this is our video review of our very first lesson. So last week we talked about some basics, some rudimentaries, like the different parts of the guitar. This is the body. This is the sound hole. This here is called the saddle, and that's where all the strings sit. This here is called the pick guard. This flat surface here is called the fretboard. And all these little lines across here, they are called frets. This whole piece right here is called the neck of the guitar. So body, neck, and then we've got, of course, the headstock. And on the headstock, we've got tuning pegs, and, well, I have a capo stuck on the end of my guitar, which I use frequently in worship. So that's some of the basics. We also went, one thing I forgot to mention to you was, I forgot to get specific with how to hold your guitar when you're in a seated position. You want to have this curved part of the guitar sort of on, not sort of, you want to have it on your right hand leg. And you want to have the guitar pulled right into your body. You don't want to have it lying flat so you can kind of see all the strings this way. You want to have it pulled in flat. When you have it flat, when you have it laid forward like this, it tends to create really bad posture for your wrist because you have to rotate your wrist so far around. So you don't want to do that. You want to have it straight up and down. And you can see, if you look straight down, I can see just a little bit into the sound hole, but not very much because it's at a bit of a sharp angle, so I can't see very much into it. But this is much better posture for playing guitar and being able to play chords. When I have it flat, it just makes it almost impossible to play chords because your wrist has to rotate around so much. So make sure you keep the guitar nice and flat into your body. I just want to review our finger fretting exercise, and I want to show you a variation of it as well. So the exercise that I gave you uses all four of our fingers. Remember, we want to use curled fingers. We want to play with our fingertips. We do not want to play with our finger flats. We want to play with our fingertips, not flats, okay? And it uses all four of our fingers, and each finger gets its own fret position in this particular exercise. And the way I taught it to you on Thursday was you start with an open string, then you play first fret. Then you play an open string again, then second fret. Open string, then third fret. Open string, then fourth fret. And then we can move on to another string. I'm going to skip the second string and go straight to the third string. So open string, first fret. Open string, second fret. Open string, third fret. Open string, fourth fret. And then you can walk it back down. Third fret, open string, second fret, open string, first fret, and open string. Now here's a variation of that finger fretting exercise that might even be a little bit easier. You don't play any open strings for this version of the exercise. You just start with first fret, second fret, third fret, fourth fret, third fret, second fret, first fret. And then you go on to the next string. Here's the second string. First fret, second fret, third fret, fourth fret, third fret, second fret, first fret. You can go, then I'll play one more string. Here's the third string. First fret, second fret, third fret, fourth fret, third fret, second fret, first fret. And the other thing in our lesson that we began to look at was a very simple version of some blues. And in this blues, the tablature that I gave you, it used the top two strings, the sixth string and the fifth string, the sixth string and the fifth string. And it used two fingers, your first finger and your third finger. First finger and third finger on our second fret of the fifth string and our fourth fret of the fifth string. And it goes just back and forth between the second fret and the fourth fret. And that's a really simple, rudimentary, classic blues riff that you will hear in all sorts of old classic music. especially stuff by artists like, even Johnny Cash does stuff like this. And with your strumming hand, you have to try and hit just those top 2 strings, which is really tricky to do. It'll take some practice, and you won't be able to play it as fast as I'm playing it right now, but just take your time, be patient with it, and really try hard to use that first finger and that third finger. I know when we're in practice at our lesson, you tended to want to use your 4th finger, 1st and 4th. There's a reason why I want you to use your 3rd finger, and that's because eventually we can expand this blues and make it just slightly more complicated, but slightly more cool, where it goes like this. So then it does use the pinky finger, but we got to have that available, which is why for right now, I want you to use your 1st and your 3rd finger. And you'll notice here, in the way I was just playing it, my 1st finger stayed down the whole time on that 2nd fret, on that 5th string. It just makes it easier to play without looking, because that finger becomes an anchor for me. It holds my hand in place, and then all I have to do is either pick up or put down that 3rd finger on the 4th fret. So again, that's what it sounds like. And then you can actually move that whole shape down 1 string. And then back up again. And that's it. Sam, I'm looking forward to being introduced to your electric guitar someday soon. I hope this is helpful, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.